Hi and welcome back this week. We're still fishing at Vosloo Park, a stretch from the Vaal River with some deep holes in it, about 80 kilometers up river from the Vaal Dam. It's been raining this whole day. The weather has become very murky, it's very dull, it's rainy, but the fish have been coming out. So let's show you some more tips and tricks and a few of the fish that's been coming out. So what I'm going to quickly show you guys now is how to tie a cluster bait using some tiger nuts. So firstly, take a piece of stripped braid, soft supple braid. I use the Jersey Cocoon Brown. Strip the whole part, so you've got a nice big piece like that. Take one of your splicing needles or your baiting needles and start putting a few tiger nuts onto this needle of yours, because we're busy building the one arm of the cluster now. So we basically do that. Take our hook link material, make a little loop in it, put it in the gate or the lip of the splicing needle and close the little gate. Push those tiger nuts onto the piece of braided material. So there we've got 4 on now. I want to put about 2 more. Let's push the tiger nuts onto the clean braid hook link like that. So now we've got a little string of tiger nuts like that. So what I do now is I bring the tiger nuts to the middle of my braided hook link material. I do a little overhand loop like that, and I form a nice tight little circle like that. Tie that circle off just like that, so that we have a circle that won't open up again. One more knot just to make sure it's nice and tight. There we go, there's the first little circle. Now we've got the 2 arms of the hook link material left, so we take our splicing needle again or baiting needle, put 4 more tiger nuts onto it, take one of the arms of the tag ends that you've got left over, hook the splicing needle over it and close the little latch again, and just press those tiger nuts over onto the braided hook link like that. Now that's gonna enclose the one side of the cluster like that. So bring it over, take the hook link material and bring it right through like that and tie it off nice and tight, so it forms a little closed loop end like that. Take another 4 tiger nuts, put them onto your splicing needle or baiting needle, whatever you prefer to use. I use the splicing needle because it's nice and thin and it slides easier through the tiger nuts that's correctly prepared. Now take this long tag end that we've got left, put it onto the splicing needle again, close the little hatch or latch and slide it onto your hook link material just like that. Now we're going to enclose this side of the tiger nuts by cluster by putting the hook link material through the main arm again and bringing it out like that and tying that all together now with a final knot just like that. So what we're left with now is those 2 little tag ends. So what I do is cut that one off like that, and I cut that one off like that, and we're left with a nice big cluster of tiger nuts. Hopefully if we put this out and we give it enough time, we'll pick up something decent on this. Now the method of attaching this to the hair, or my favorite way of doing it, it's just my example of doing it, is by taking your splicing needle again, opening that little hatch or latch and choosing one of the tiger nuts that's nice and thick and inserting the splicing needle through the tiger nut again, let it come out like that, take your rig like that, put a little splicing needle through the eye for your boilie stop or hair stop, and put that tiger nut cluster on there just like that, using one of the JLC boilie stops. Just put that in there nice and tight, and there we go, a nice cluster bait to put out, and hopefully we'll get something bigger on this. Let's see if we can get this one out. Well guys, persistence paid off, but let me show it to you quickly. That's if I can pick it up. It's very lively. It is a beautiful specimen. Let's get it weighed and see what it weighs. 32.5 pounds. Guys, always important to treat the wounds on these big fish. We want to get them safely back into the water, so get some Clinique. Make sure you treat the wounds, and there's a scale that has been damaged previously, and on the dorsal fin there's a bit of damage. Just make sure to treat those wounds and get the fish back in a good condition to the water. What a privilege to catch these big river fish. Really nice. Always a good thing, and a valid point to raise every single time. Make sure these fish swim away on their own strength and own power. Well, that's what we came for. Like I said, the first few episodes in the beginning, we're looking for those big river fish, and what a privilege to catch a 30-pound plus fish from a river system. Excellent. See you guys.